Hello! Well done on catching up with us. We thought we'd left you behind. We knew you would get off the bus at Bridge 29 at High Bridge, didn't we?
Yeah, we knew it, yeah.
We were waiting on the boat. I was like saying, Alexa, do fart noises. And Alexa, play Justin Bieber. But no?
No, everybody's just switched their Alexa off now.
Alright, Siri, play some chill music. So yeah, we've got to get a move on. We've been at Nether Hayford this morning, I think it's called.
I think so, yeah.
But we're on his way towards Norton Junction, where we've got a choice. We can either go left to Braunston, and we have to Braunston.
We're not going to Braunston.
Or we can go up the Leicester line.
That sounds good.
Take you up the Leicester line. You'd like that, won't you?
I would.
And that goes towards Crick. But first, we've got to call off at Weedon Bec. We've got to go see some barracks.
Some
barracks.
Oh.
We only filled up with water a couple of days ago, so we don't need to do it again yet. But what happens when two inexperienced boaters try to moor up at the same water point at the same time? Well, these two hire boats both wanted to use the tap, but they got in a bit of a pickle when it came to squeezing into the mooring together. So I think a bit of patience is in order while they sort themselves out. Most of us in boating started off with a hire boat, didn't we?
We did.
We did several hire boat trips before we bought our first boat. And it's essential, if you're thinking about doing this, to at least have a few trips and live the boat. Don't just treat it like a holiday. Actually live how you would live. We never take the mickey out of hire boaters because we've all been there at some point, and the canals wouldn't really survive without the hire boats. It's such a big, important industry.
That's right.
But it's still quite funny watching some of the novices learning the ropes.
We were all there at one time.
Back in the early 19th century, Napoleon was gallivanting around Europe, conquering countries faster than Sean can swallow peperamis. Go on, show them.
No!
And the British government were getting a little bit scared. Some of the ministers were touching cloth. Well, that's stressful.
Touching cloth?
I tell you. So they needed to have a plan to protect the king. What? You all right? So they got the old RAC map out of the cupboard, and they were looking at places where they could hide the king in case Napoleon invaded Britain. And it was a little bit like pin the tail on the donkey. It's like, there. And it came up at Weedon Bec. No, it's a true story. This happened.
Right.
This happened. I'll show you a photo of the pin. And they pinned Weedon Bec. Now, it wasn't just coincidence, because what happened was the Grand Junction Canal had just been finished. So there was a direct link from Weedon Bec back to London. There you go, you see. So they built a little arm off the canal and surrounded it in barracks and a royal pavilion. And that way, if Napoleon did invade, they could whisk the king up to Weedon Bec at 2.5–3 miles an hour and hide him. Now, fortunately for the king and for the British government and for those ministers touching cloth, it never happened, because Napoleon ended up surrendering. Anybody who listens to ABBA songs or the Eurovision Song Contest will know that he surrendered at Waterloo. And that's the story of the king and Weedon Bec.
Yes.
CRT have contractors that cut all the grass and cut the trees back and things like that, and they do it usually once or twice a year. And last year on the Peak Forest Canal, one of them made a bit of a boo-boo and splattered the side of our boat with stones, causing all sorts of chips. And we had a bit of a faff. In fact, we had a lot of a faff. It took 9 months, despite us having video evidence of the guys doing it and admitting it. He then changed his story when he found out it might be a bit of a pricey job to fix. And we had quite a long and stressful battle with the contractors from the Canal and River Trust. Now luckily the CRT actually helped us out and influenced them to make the right decision, which was very good of them. The CRT were brilliant, but the contractors weren't. The contractors were very naughty, dishonest, lying, and tried their damnedest to get out of it, which they couldn't because the evidence was there. The lesson, therefore, is if you've got a boat and you see contractors cutting the grass, for God's sake, go out with a camera and just stand there and watch them just in case.
Yes.
It's getting noisy again, isn't it?
It is.
It looks really nice and peaceful, and there's quite a few moorings down here, and it is really nice. But we're in quite a significant place because where we are, within a couple of 100 yards on either side, is 2,000 years of transport history. I'm pretty geeky on this. Sean's totally putting that on. You don't care, do you?
No.
Because it ain't got bacon in it, basically, that's it, innit?
No.
On our port side, about 200 yards that way, it's the old Roman road called Watling Street, or Watling Street, for those that speak right. And that was built in AD 48. We're on the canal, built in 1796. Then came the railway in the 1830s. Then came the M1 and the A5, which took over a bit of the old Roman road in the 1950s. So you've got the M1 north to south, London to Yorkshire and the northeast. You've got the Grand Union Canal between London and the Midlands. You've got the old Roman road, which is now part of the A5, or the other way round, and the old London Midland Railway, which is now the West Coast Main Line. Trains! Please act a bit more enthusiastic. The 7 locks in the Buckby Lock flight will raise us by just over 19 metres, and it takes us to the Braunston summit, which is 357 feet above sea level. Now, back when water for the canals was a precious commodity, the canal engineers were always trying to come up with new ways to conserve water. And one of the experiments was side ponds, and the way they work is when a lock is emptying, water from the top of the lock will fill the side pond for that lock, and the rest of it is sent down to the lower pound. Now, when a lock's filling up, the bottom of the lock gets filled from the pond, and the rest of it is drawn from the upper pound. And this system typically used 40% less water, but the ponds have been disused for many years now, and electric pumps are used to move water back to the summit from the lower pound. The Buckby Locks also give the name to a familiar piece of canal boatware called the Buckby Can. You've probably seen these, they're quite a traditional collectible item now. Back in the days of working boats, the tiny boatmen's cabins didn't really have the large water tanks that we have on the leisure boats today. So these cans were made and sold from the top lock cottage, and they're used for carrying drinking water. And the boaters would decorate the cans with traditional designs, and nowadays they're a reminder of the hard lives that the old working boat families faced. Anne from Narrowboat Heartsease, the boat that's joining us through the locks, has got a couple of her own, and this brilliant one which is lovely, and it's got a poem painted on the inside of the lid.
I was made to live afloat, brightest colour for my coat. Now my home is Heartsease,
just before we reach the top lock, there's this lovely gift shop. And I've got to admit, we did all have an ice cream. I think we deserved it after doing the locks. But they also sell lots of Buckby Cans and other pieces of canal ware. And it's lovely just to have a walk around and see all these colours and designs. We're not really into the roses and castle type designs that you see on the traditional narrowboats, but it is nice to see them. We're having to share the microphone with that noisy digger in the background. They were the Buckby Locks. That was a nice story about the cans and stuff, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Nice bit of tradition. We're coming up to Norton Junction, and if we take a starboard turn here, we will go up the Leicester line towards Crick.
Yay, Crick!
Or we could go left towards Braunston.
Yay,
Right,
Braunston!
This lovely little cottage on the right hand side is the old toll cottage, and it used to be owned by Commander Fielding and his wife Yvette from Most Haunted. No, I'm kidding. And they were the Salvation Army, and they used to have their mission boats, Salvo and Asta, and they used to go and minister to all the boats' needs back in the olden days. It would be my luck that they're kind of right behind me and I see something and go, "Oh, Jesus Christ," and I look round and they're there tutting at me like Ned Flanders.
We didn't go to Braunston.
How many times do we have to tell you we're not going to Braunston? We moored just after Bridge 8. We've got this little clearing where there's just nothing.
No boats.
No boats.
Packed down there.
Yeah. And it's been really quiet.
Yeah.
Now, we're on another summit. This is the second summit as you head from south to north. The first one was the Tring summit. Tring. And this is the Braunston summit, 357 feet above sea level. It's the second of the three summits on the Grand Union. It gets its water from the Daventry and Drayton reservoirs. Sounds like, I don't know, like a festive couple off Downton Abbey, doesn't it? Drayton and Daventry.
Yeah.
You can just see them, can't you, sat in the tuxedo and that,
Yeah, you can.
giving each other the eyes and having a quick feel under the table. So that's where we are. Today, we are going to Braunston.
Yes.
We can't put it off any longer. So we've got to go through Braunston Tunnel, which is about a mile ahead of us. It's very similar to Blissworth. Then we've got a few locks going back down and then into Braunston.
Yeah.
But then we've got another decision to make.
We have.
Do we kind of do a right and go north, or do we go back towards Napton Junction? Or Norton Junction if we're going that way. It's all very confusing for this early on a morning.
Way too early.
So, I don't know if you can hear Otis crying. I think he's ready for his second poo.
Yeah.
We'll get off. Come on. I really love early mornings out on the canal. The low autumn sun creates these calm, misty scenes across the water. The wildlife's been up and about a couple of hours and searching for breakfast, and most of the boaters are still fast asleep, which means the odds of passing another boat in the tunnel ahead are lower. So it's time to take down the chimney, switch the lights on, put our waterproof coats on and the life jackets, and get Otis safely in the cabin for his morning nap while we go through Braunston Tunnel. Does green suit us? I don't like this night shot mode. This is Braunston Tunnel. 2 kilometres long, so it's a little bit shorter than Blissworth Tunnel, which we went through last time, but it's still a wide tunnel, so you can still get 2 narrowboats to pass. Although, I hope that doesn't happen.
No, I don't.
Because there's a little bend in this tunnel. When they were building it back in the 1790s, they hit a patch of quicksand, just like they did at Blissworth. But this one didn't collapse, they just managed to kind of go around it a little bit. Because there's no towpath, boaters used to have to leg the boats through, just like they did at Blissworth. Ventilation shaft. But in the 1870s, they tried this it's like a wire rope which they looped through the tunnel and back again and attached to a steam engine, and it was supposed to pull the boats through.
Alright.
But it didn't work.
Did it?
No, it didn't work. So they brought a steam tug in, like the steam tug at Blissworth Tunnel, and that used to pull the boats through, but they used to charge.
Oh, people don't like to pay.
No, it was a shilling for an empty boat, or 1 and 6 for a fully loaded boat. You remember old money.
I do actually.
How much is 1 and 6 worth?
1 shilling and 6pence.
There you go, you see. Braunston Tunnel, done. Next we've got Braunston Locks, then Braunston Marina, then Braunston Junction or Braunston Turn. Anybody'd think...
We're not going to Braunston.
We're not going to Braunston. It might not have the excitement and the thrill of the tidal Thames or the Ribble Link, but Braunston is like the centre of the universe for narrowboating, and to be honest, I'm a bit shocked that it's taken us 18 months to finally get here. Over 1 million boats have passed through here in the almost 200 years since the canal was opened, carrying millions of tons of cargo between the Midlands and London. The working boats have long since gone, but Braunston has moved on. The marinas, hire boats, boat builders, repairers, painters, a chandlery, and of course the thousands of leisure boats every year coming up and down the locks through Braunston on their way north, south, east or west. You can just feel the history of it all. And they make a cracking bacon sandwich as well. How nice is this?
It's gorgeous.
What's it called again? Gongoozler's Rest?
The Gongoozler's Rest.
Not far away from Braunston Junction, and it's kind of iconic. I nearly said ironic then. Iconic, and you've got the 2 ironworks bridges, which kind of gives it away. But it wasn't always the junction.
Oh.
People who tell you will, you can point your finger at them like that. No, it's not. No, it's not. Originally, the Oxford Canal, which comes down from the west to meet at Braunston, used to meander around the fields a little bit first for a couple of miles. I nearly said hours. It would probably take a couple of hours back in those days to get through it. And it used to come out where the marina is, just by that white iron bridge that we've just passed, which we weren't really interested in because we were more interested in the Gongoozler's Rest boat, which I am not kidding, has got the best bacon sandwiches this side of Braunston. Well, we haven't been the other side.
We haven't been the other side yet, but it was gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you get free fried potatoes with it as well.
Yes.
And then just at the side, you can just see is the stop house. That's a clue to where the old junction with the Oxford used to be, because the stop house was a toll house, and that's where you'd register your boat, like we had to register with the Environment Agency going onto the Thames, and that's where you paid your tolls. Sorry if Van's shouting. Hello. I completely forgot what I was saying now. Something about bacon.
Yeah, it was.
It has been weird. It has been the weirdest day. I mean, like every other person we've passed has been like, Foxes Afloat!
I know.
And I'm like running in the boat because I don't like it. And Sean's like, stop screaming like a mad woman.
Pulled up here, screaming like a mad woman. I want a photo.
You won't believe we're only about half a mile past Braunston Junction. And it's just like, listen, like nothingness. Even the cows are chewing the cud
Quietly.
on mute, which suits me down to the ground. The reason we're here is we're supposed to meet somebody here.
I know, and they're not here yet.
We gave them the 3 words, and according to my watch, they're about 2 hours away, so we're a bit early. We might as well get a brew while we're waiting.
We'll wait.
Otis, put kettle on. What are you looking shocked at?
You don't know what he just said.
Oh dear. Alexa, do a beery fart.
No, you can't keep doing this.
Alexa, play Justin Bieber. Right, get your clock. Get your. Oh, it's a little bit shiny. We're going from here, which I can't remember where it was. We knew you'd get off the bridge. Yep.
By the time we get this done, we're going to be there.
We are going to be there. Well done. Put my teeth in. That one was on about Canal camping. They've obviously met Sean before. And it's great to see so many boats out, isn't it? No, it's not. Where we are is quite a special place, because within Horsefly, which was built in. It's very noisy here, isn't it?
No, we're not going to Braunston.
But I'm not mooring near this noisy bugger either. Oh, it's so slow. And you can tell I'm trying to rush this because we're getting to the junction. 11,
Why do you have to prove
12,
to people that you can count?
19. Right, I'll just say random swear words then. Jamie taught me that one.
Did he?
Yeah. I never knew what it meant. I thought it was like some light fitting. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high.
Yeah, there's a song, yeah.
Yeah. Just about. You confused, love?
Yeah.
And in 2000, I nearly did a Bruce Forsyth then, didn't I?
Want it?
It's where the original Braunston. Yeah.